Hi dear students, in the previous session we discussed about the kingdom Protista. In today's session we are going to start with the next kingdom called Mycota. So here actually in five kingdom classification, done by R.H. Whittaker, by R.H. Whittaker. So here the kingdom Mycota, sorry I need to not written this one, kingdom Mycota. The kingdom Mycota was explained in five kingdom classification by R.H. Whittaker. Here this kingdom has not been explained in any other kingdoms, as we learnt about two kingdom classification explained by Carolus Linnaeus, three kingdom classification explained by Copeland and Ernest Haeckel respectively, 3 and 4 kingdom classification which was explained by Copeland and Ernest Haeckel. ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಎರಡನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಮೈಕೋಟಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಲೇಟರ್ R.H. Whittaker start explaining the organisms and describing them into different groups or kingdoms, and that was explained as Mycota. So here in this Mycota, kingdom Mycota, this is commonly called as kingdom fungi or fungi or fungi. Pronunciation change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ every time. You can able to answer fungi, fungi or maybe fungi, right? So here the organisms in this kingdom, members of this kingdom, all are multicellular, eukaryotic, that it refers to the presence of many different cells, more than one cell called as multicellular, and eukaryotic means the presence of membrane bound cell organelles like mitochondria, lysosome, Golgi complex, nucleus, etc. Right? So these are the organisms. In this kingdom fungi, the members are all multicellular, eukaryotic. Exceptionally, only one exceptional case, yeast, organisms called as yeast. Many different species are there where yeast are all unicellular organisms, but they are all eukaryotic. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯುಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್, ಬಟ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್, the members of this fungi are all achlorophyllous, that refers to the absence of pigment, photosynthetic pigment to perform photosynthesis or to exhibit autotrophic mode of nutrition. Due to the absence of photosynthetic pigment, they are turned into the another type of nutrition, that is heterotrophic, in that saprophytic. So it is the nature, a mode of nutrition, that is heterotrophic saprophytic condition. And next, these are all organisms which are attached to the substratum. The organisms are not free living, but they are attached to the substratum. ಅಂದರೆ they may be present on any other substrate. So for example, if you say that this is a substratum, on this they are going to be grown. That means they require any of the material to grow upon them. So that's why the organisms are said to be attached to the substratum. Or you can also say that these are non-free living, non-free living anta kuda helbodu, right? So majority these are in case of this they may also show parasitic and symbiotic condition, right? It means, for example, if you take that these two, parasitic means they can get nourishment from the higher organisms or from the host organism, right? Here the nutrition is obtained from host organism in case of parasitic. But when it comes to symbiotic, the organisms of this kingdom of symbiotic one, the fungi makes an association with higher plant roots, and that condition is said to be mycorrhizal. So I will write over here in pink color. The association is called as mycorrhizal association, right? You can find that there is a symbiotic association with the higher plant roots by fungus, where the fungus is going to provide a nutrients, that means the required mineral nutrients, and later the food for these fungi is obtained by plant roots, and that type of method is called as mycorrhizal association, right? And next one more type is that they also make an association with the algae. They also make association with algae, where in case of this you can find a mycobient and phycobient condition. Mycobient and phycobient, ಈ ಎರಡು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಕೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, algae forms an association with lichens, that is called as mycobient. Sorry dear students, here algal association is called phycobient, mycota ಅಥವಾ fungi association ನ mycobient ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರೆದಿದ್ವಿ. Here the same thing what I am going to explain is the fungus. This fungus makes an association with algae to form mycobient condition. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? So this is one more thing, these you have to focus for CET concept. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದಿಷ್ಟುನು? So these are the general characteristic features. We'll move on to the next concept, that is the organisms of this. So for example, if you take that the words xylem and phloem, right? So here when you say that the fungi are all plant like organisms, these are all plant like organisms, but these are non-vascular plants, non-vascular in nature, non-vascular anteli kariteve. Why we are going to say this non-vascular, and what is the exact meaning of this is, vascular means there is a presence of conducting tissues. So these conducting tissues are divided into two on the basis of conducting material, that is xylem for water and phloem for food and nutrients, food and mineral nutrients. There will be two separate conducting tissues are there, and those conducting tissues are all absent. So that's why even the fungi are all plant like organism, but they doesn't possess the conducting tissues. So that's why fungi is also said to be non-vascular plants or non-vascular organisms ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. So next one is, here nearly 1 lakh species are there. ಫಂಗೈಯಲ್ಲಿ 1 lakh species ಇದೆ. And study of fungi is said to be mycology. Study of a branch of biology which deals with the study of fungi is called mycology, where a person who study about this fungi are called as, that person is said to be mycologist. mycologist ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? So this forms the regarding the study. Mycology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of fungi or mycotons, and the person who study about the fungi are called as mycologist. Okay na? And this mycology word has brought by a Greek word, one more Greek word called as mycus. Mycus, that refers to fungi. Fungi ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದರ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು fungi ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. And next we will move to the structure, actual structure. Here there will be a presence of thread-like structures. Thread-like structure. ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಮರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. There will be a presence of thread-like structure which resembles like this. I am going to write on this section. So if you say that this is a thread-like structure, there is a two thread-like structures will be there, and these thread-like structures are called as mycelium. A plant body is called as mycelium. Mycelium, plant body of a plant body of fungi is called as mycelium, and each thread like structure. So idishtunu seri ನೀವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? mycelium ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀರಾ. Total of this structure is said to be mycelium, and each thread like structure is regarded as hyphae. hyphae ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? hyphae. A plant body of a fungi is called mycelium, where it consists of a thread-like structures, and these thread-like structures, each unit is called as hyphae. Hyphae, where in plural form it is called as hypha. Hypha. This is a plural form and this is a singular form. Hypha, hyphae. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್. ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನ್ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಡ್, ಬೋತ್. Right? This may be branched and unbranched. Either it will be branched or it may be unbranched. Single thread like structure kuda irtade. And out of this you can be said that here this hyphae will be either septate. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟೇ ಬರಿತೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕದು. ಓಕೆ? ಸೊ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ನ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗೋಣ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ? ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೀರಿ. ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಅಪ್ ದ hypha ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆನಾ? See, here it is said as hypha, a plural form called as hypha, and consider that these two are the thread-like structures, and I am going to write a branched structure of a hypha, where it can be showing that a separate division like this. there will be a separate division, and that if the divisions are present, with each division with a single nucleus. So these are the nucleus present within that, right? So here if in case it is like this, then the condition is called as septate. Okay na, septa andre division. The word septa refers to division, ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಮ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಹುಳ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಜರಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರ, ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಜರಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸೆಪ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಐಫಾ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಐಫಾ, if the septa will be there, then those organisms of kingdom fungi are higher level organisms. Higher fungi. These are all higher fungi if by the presence of advanced structure. And next, if the septa is absent, and then that is called as aseptate. Aseptate anteli kariತೀವಿ. How the structure exactly looks, that is, these are the two thread-like structures which are present with a branched condition, and there is no division, separate divisions ಈ ಥರ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Instead of this, there will be a presence of nucleus little bit with intervals, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರದಲ್ಲೇ nucleus ಇರ್ತದೆ, and this appearance or the resemblance of this structure exhibit as multinucleate condition. Multinucleate condition. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಇದು ಒಂದೇ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ಗಳು ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೊಂದು ರಿಸಂಬಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೇಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಫಂಗೈ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕೊಯೆನೋಸೈಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಕೊಯೆನೋಸೈಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್. ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಕೊಯೆನೋಸೈಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, 1 mark ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 1 mark ಕ್ವಶನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಕೊಯೆನೋಸೈಟ್? The members of fungi which they are present with the multinucleate condition due to the absence of septa. ಸೆಪ್ಟಾ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ಸು ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಲ್ಟಿನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೇಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಕೊಯೆನೋಸೈಟಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಕೊಯೆನೋಸೈಟಿಕ್, multinucleate condition, septate and aseptate fungi. So this type of aseptate condition will be present in the lower fungi. Right? So next we will find the one more topic, so that is the presence of outer cell wall. Outer cell wall of fungi is made up of a chemical component called as chitin, which is a nitrogen containing homopolymer, ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಪಾಲಿಸ್ಯಾಕರೈಡ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಪಾಲಿಸ್ಯಾಕರೈಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? chitin is a chemical component which forms the outer cell wall, and this chitin consists of a functional group that is N, nitrogen irutte, along with a polysaccharide. So that's why this is said to be a complex polysaccharide, complex carbohydrate ಅಂತನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಪಾಲಿಸ್ಯಾಕರೈಡ್ ಅಂತನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Right? So you can also find the same chitin component, this chitin component, in some animals like cockroach. In some animals like cockroach, insect cockroach alli kuda chitin irtade, where the outer exoskeleton, which is dark brownish red color, dark brownish red colored exoskeleton. ಎಕ್ಸೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ? ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಎಂಡೋ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ the exoskeleton which is made up of chitin, skeleton which is made up of chitin, and here there will be rigid condition and this is very rigid in nature ಅಥವಾ hard ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. What is the reason for the presence of rigidity for exoskeleton of insect and very smooth structure in case of chitin of a fungus cell wall? Only due to the presence of calcium salts. So there will be a presence of calcium salts. Calcium, accumulation of calcium salts with the chitin forms the exoskeleton harder in case of cockroach, and when it comes to the outer cell wall of a fungus there will be a very smooth structure of a outer cell wall which is made up of chitin. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? and here the commercial importance of, I will rub this one or otherwise I will write over here. There will be two commercial importance for chitin. We are going to extract few of the important biomolecules, that is fumaric acid and cortisol. Here fumaric acid is one of the food additive. ಇದೊಂದು food additive. This is a food additive which is having fruity nature, ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ನೇಚರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಫುಡ್ ಅಡಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಕಲ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಂಗಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಟಿಸಾಲ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಟಿರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ which is responsible for many of the metabolic activities which takes place inside the organism's body. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ರನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಟಿಸಾಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗೆ ಫಿಮಾರಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ಡು ಫುಡ್ ಅಡಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಫಂಗಸ್ನ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಅದರಿಂದ ಕೈಟಿನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಫಿಮಾರಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾರ್ಟಿಸಾಲ್ನ ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಯೂಸಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ ಕೈಟಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಫಂಗೈ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು? ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ concept, that is reproduction in detail to understand the other organisms of fungi and plants also. ಇದೆರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ನ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್.